field is open. My light is present. The Most High breathes through me. The angels stand behind me. My divinity stands within me. Tonight I break every spell ever used against me. Not with fear, but with frequency. Not with panic, but with power. Not with struggle, but with sound. I hear my higher self rising inside me. I'm here. I've always been here. Are you ready to do this?
Divine honors, divine honors.
You ready?
Let's go. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Then let's do this.
Every black magic spell used against me break. Every white magic spell used against me break. Every shadow spell used against me break. Every hidden altar built in my name without permission. Every curse whispered against my destiny. Every voodoo spell used against me.
Great.
Every voodoo spell used against me. Every root work binding used against me.
Every demonic entity in my energy field gone. Every watcher spirit gone. Every siphon spirit
Gone.
every monitoring force gone. Every astral parasite removed. Every false guide dismissed. I reclaim my space. I reclaim my power. I reclaim my destiny.
Every disease sent toward my body. Every unclean force
That creates disease. Every demonic influence hiding in the body.
breaking clear.
Every sickness that entered through fear.
Breaking clear.
Every affliction created through shadow work.
Breaking clear.
Every illness rooted in spiritual attack.
Breaking clear.
Every disorder fed by unclean entities.
Breaking clear.
Every generational disease.
Breaking clear.
Every disease spirit trying to attach to me. Gone now. Every disease frequency not from God. Remove now. My body is sovereign. My cells return to divine order. My health returns to God's design. Every distortion, every mind control program, every subconscious implant, every illusion spell, every glamour spell, every confusion spell, every emotional binding, every fear loop. My mind is sovereign. My thoughts are my own. My spirit cannot be controlled. Every money block break, every poverty spell break, every scarcity illusion break, every financial curse break, every you won't rise energy break. I restore my abundance timeline. I restore my divine inheritance. I restore my overflow.
Every love spell used against me. Every obsession spell. Every binding not from God. Every heartbreak curse. Every relationship wound break and heal. I call love that is true. I call love that is aligned.
Thank you for liking the live Jaguar face.
Every spell on our children.
It lands me.
Every curse over the youth. Every generation.
Every curse over the youth.
Every
Broken.
ancestral wound.
Every ancestral
By the
wound.
Most High,
Broken.
The bloodline rises. Every
Break it.
destiny interception. Broken. Every timeline hijack. Broken. Every path diverting spell. Broken. Every prophecy against my purpose. Broken. My destiny realigns. My timeline restores. My divine mission stands. I call on the Creator.
Still being true.
I call on the Most High.
Break what was hidden.
I call on the God within.
Rise through my sound.
I call on the celestial beings.
Stand with me now.
My power returns. My light restores.
My spirit rises sovereign.
Spells are broken. Curses Curses are ended, entities are gone, destinies restored, bloodlines freed, love purified, money unlocked, health restored, children protected, my soul remembered, my light returned, by the God in me it is done.
It is done.
By the Most High it is sealed.
Signed, sealed, and delivered, baby. This is God frequency. When I tell you this music is on point,
You've been activated.
whew,
So it is.
so it
This is
is.
now.
Release. Ooh, I gotta run it back. Okay, so we shouting out to God Frequency, who's behind the music, and I'm shouting out to Rod too because I was on his live and he's the one who played this. So you know how sometimes you just get inspiration from other people, and we are all here to inspire each other. So don't forget, take what you need, leave the rest behind. But it is definitely a great time to be alive. Peace, love, and light, Rod Richards. How are you? We're going to jump into the book study in just a minute. I'm going to run this song back one more time.
My light is present. The Most
Spell
High
breaker.
breathes through me.
Spell breaker.
The angels stand behind me. My divinity stands within me.
Baby.
Tonight I break every spell ever used against me.
Broken.
Not with fear, but with frequency. Not with panic, but with power. Not with struggle, but with sound. I hear my higher self rising inside me. I'm here. I've always been here. Are you ready to do this? Veil breaker, you ready? I'm ready. Then let's do this.
Every black magic spell used against me break. Every white magic spell used against me break. Every shadow spell used against me break. Every hidden altar built in my name without permission.
Hey.
Every curse whispered against my destiny. Every voodoo spell used against me.
Anything coming from me is broken. Return to sender.
Every root work binding used against me.
Every demonic entity in my energy field. Every watcher spirit. Every siphon spirit. Every monitoring force. Every astral parasite removed. Every false guide dismissed. I reclaim my space. I reclaim my power. I reclaim my destiny.
Every disease sent toward my body. Every unclean force
That creates disease. Every demonic influence hiding in the body.
break and clear.
Every sickness that entered through fear.
Break and clear.
Every affliction created through shadow work.
Break and clear.
Every illness rooted in spiritual attack.
Break and clear.
Every disorder fed by unclean entities.
Break and clear.
Every generational disease.
Break and clear.
Every disease spirit trying to attach to me. Gone now. Every disease frequency not from God. Remove now. My body is sovereign. My cells return to divine order. My health returns to God's design. Every distortion, every mind control program, every subconscious implant,
Yeah.
every illusion spell, every glamour spell,
Let it all
every
go.
confusion spell, every emotion.
Shake that shit off.
Every fear loop clear. My mind is sovereign. My thoughts are my own. My spirit cannot be controlled. Every money block break. Every poverty spell break. Every scarcity illusion break. Every financial curse break. Every you won't rise energy break. I
Every you
restore
won't
my
rise
abundance
energy.
timeline. I restore my divine inheritance. curse
Every
over the
spell on
youth.
our children.
Every generational bondage, every ancestral wound, by the Most High, the bloodline rises. Every destiny interception, every timeline hijack, every path diverting spell, every prophecy against my purpose. My destiny realigns, my timeline restores, my divine mission stands. I call on the Creator, I call on the Most High, I call on the God within, I call on the celestial beings. My power returns, my light restores, my spirit rises sovereign. Spells are broken, curses are ended, entities are gone, destinies restored, bloodlines freed, love purified, money unlocked, health restored, children protected, my soul remember, my light returned, by the God in me it is done. By the Most High it is sealed. You've been activated. So it is. This is now.
Boy, if that ain't powerful. That is God frequency. And that music is very, very, very powerful. Break the chains and break the curses. Hope y'all are having a great Sunday. Sunday. We got ice in Texas. So we basking in it. I'm going to start with a poem. And this one is called Rest in Peace. I was debating on the Shake That Shit Off or Rest in Peace. I think Rest in Peace fits so much better. Even though Shake That Shit Off is pretty accurate as well. But I want to shout out first. Shout out to Lady Artistry. Look, for my earrings. When I say this child can make anything with this epoxy, I don't know. I ain't seen nobody like her. But I'm always want to shout out those who are good with their hands and in business. So you can shout out to them too and support what they do. Lady Artistry on TikTok. I accidentally posted something with this journal in it and didn't tag her, if y'all can see it. She make all kind of beautiful stuff. Yeah, it's gonna start tripping now. But yeah, check her out on TikTok. Epoxy Queen. She epoxies it all. Be cool. Be cool for the hair jewelry. Be cool is always making innovations. Look. Every time I pull up a different video, Be Cool, he done made something else. So shout out to Be Cool for innovating and using those hands for greatness. You are greatly appreciated. So we're going to dive into this book study. Today we are going over Rooted, which is a poetry book. And this poetry book is designed by my daughter. I have two books that I have conjured. No, I won't say conjured. I've convinced. No, my beautiful child who is full of creativity. She is full of all things creative. Now she goes through these sectors, and it's crazy because I remember that when I was younger, like how I would just go through, these stages where I would work on something and then it's like, okay, I'm tired of this, put it to the side, and then I started doing something else. Now she into crocheting. She was sewing 2 years ago. She's picking up all the skills. But when I say she's very good with her hands, she's very creative. So she drew this picture for me, and I used it for my cover. This book it's a small poetry book. It has 2 poems in it. Did we just die? Oof. Hold on. What's going on with my laptop? Look. Did I say it was 16 degrees? The internet been acting up all morning. And I know I got juice because I charged it. But yeah, shout out to the creative people. There's so many people out there that are just good with their hands. And you know, sometimes they just need to hear a thank you. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you for thinking of me and sending me something that is amazing and something that I can wear and something that I can use. And it just shows that what you're doing is very needed. And so you are greatly appreciated. We're going to dive into this poem. Can I get some snaps in the chat, please? Snap, snap, snap. This poem is called Rest in Peace. And rest in peace, let me get into this a little bit. Rest in peace, you can throw some stuff in the chat that you finna lay to rest. We're going to throw some dirt on that boy and we out. Rest in peace, we letting it go. We letting it ride. Today is the day. Look, if any day was the day, today is the day to let it go. So, how you doing, Chef Bay? Snap, snap, snaps. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, childhood trauma, negativity, hatred. Rest in peace, regret, doubt, failure. Rest in peace, haters, self-loathing, self-pity, and self-destruction. Rest in peace, no. I'm only accepting yeses. Rest in peace, those who bask in closing doors on others. Rest in peace, outlandish thinking. Rest in peace, struggle. Who? What? When? Where? Rest in peace, everything coming for me that I didn't send for. Rest in peace, can't. I can do all things possible. Because I know I can. It ain't about believing or any of that. It's just because I know it, right? Rest in peace, ungratefulness. I'm counting everything that I came in with, and I'm counting them in the form of gratitude. No longer blessings, gratitude, and I'm counting them every day. Rest in peace, bullies, cyber bullies, in line, online, and out of line. And everyone pushing or looking to push someone around. Rest in peace, racism, systemic racism, racist, white power, and all who hate based on race and creed. Rest in peace, everything coming to hold me down. Rest in peace, broken crown. You've been replaced. You've been replaced, and we throwing dirt on all of it. It's crazy because I did write a part 2. I need to go and I'm either gonna combine them or I'm just gonna do them separate. I don't know what it is with me about long poems, but I like them kind of short and sweet. I guess because they give me an out, and I need to stop thinking like that. So I'm gonna go and combine them because I don't need an out. Look, I need to stay here as long as I need to stay to get the message across. So I used to think when I first started writing, like, it's good that they short and sweet. That way I can, I got my exit plan on game. I'm looking, like, okay, I'm step to the right, I'm step, and I'm be out. But is that what it's really about? Like, and what's the point in rushing the process if there's a learning lesson in it? Sometimes you can't rush that, the process of learning or teaching. So we learning stuff constantly, and it, as long as we taking it in and taking heed and allowing it to build us and make us greater, then we are on the right track. So let's dive into this book. So, this is the first page, or this is actually, this is the very beginning of the book. Some pictures I put in before we got to the first page. So there's 2 poems, and then there's some affirmations at the end of the book. And I chose the title Rooted because the poem is talking about our hair, and it's talking about the depths and all the things, tied to what we've been through with our hair. And some people say it's not just hair. It's not. When you when you are a light being, and that these are your antennas, or these are, this is your power, right? Your crown. It kind of changes your perception on it just being hair. So it's weird because, like, our hair is a whole movement, and nobody else will understand that but us, because we're the only ones, like, in this, this place where our hair is just so powerful. Like, you don't see no other laws that have been put in place against, people and their hair. So, once you see that there's some power behind it, and you have to understand anytime, things are put in place the way that they are, that there's something special about you, right? And that's the whole point in all of this, is to, get us back to where we belong, where we truly belong, and understanding our power, our true power, and walking in it. And our hair is not only an extension of us, but it is, it's our crown. It's our being. Like, I don't know how else to explain, really, as a woman. And it's crazy because I battle with a lot with my hair, as a child. So I felt like when I grew into my adulthood, I suppressed my hair a lot because I got tired of questions. I got tired of people approaching me with their hands and all of that stuff. And when I look back on stuff, I'm just like, why? We question why we do the things that we do. And we don't understand it until we get to a point where we learn more and more about ourselves, right? And I feel like things just come to light, and then you start understanding, like, wow, this is why, when I walk into the room, it's like my hair, it literally enters the room before I do, and it becomes the center of attention. And sometimes I'm just like, okay, I don't want the attention that comes with that, but I had to understand what it was and embrace it. And once I embraced it, then it wasn't a thing anymore, because it was like, I think our minds, they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste, because we do that, right? But yeah, it's a learning lesson. So this poem is like 3 minutes long, but I'm gonna read it. I wanted y'all to see some of the pictures and stuff first, so y'all could see what the book actually looks like, because I don't do this a lot where I delve into the inside of the books. So I wanted to get into some different types of marketing, because I'm learning, like, how to promote and talk about myself and the things that I create. I don't do it a lot, but I need to do it more often. So these are the pictures, and then there are journal pages in the back. This is what I wanted to get to. This is So I put some information at the back about the Crown Act. I was doing a hair show in New Orleans, and they were passing around, how they do with the all the different petitions and all of this stuff. But being in the beauty industry, I'm a nail tech. I've been a nail tech for 20 years. And I walk neck and neck with hairstylists and with people who are in the same industry, right? So there was a whole movement on our hair, because they were still, like, teaching backcombing and craziness in schools. Like, they weren't getting into the depths of what they needed to get into when you take a course. And then so you graduate, and all you know how to do is some hair and textures that might not be your own, which is good for business, right? But why is it not all inclusive, just like any other education should be? So there was an act that came out, basically, that was when I was at the hair show, they were doing some kind of petition that you signed because they were trying to pass the law to add natural hair, add braid, all kind of different stuff into the schools. So when you go to get certified, you're learning about all types of hair, including your own, which is most important in your community, right? So it was called the Crown Act, and it was a really nice movement. So I decided to add some information about it at the end of the book, just for those that don't know, but just to have it there, because it's it's just one of those things, at this point in time, of course, it don't even matter, but it's something to look back on, and remember how great we are, right? And the Crown Act protects against discrimination based on hair texture and protective hairstyles in the workplace, school, public accommodations, and advertising. And it was about natural hair because you see a lot of stuff in the news where people, are being forced to cut their hair, or they're getting in trouble. Kids in school where I seen a story about a kid getting expelled, just madness. Because they're saying his hair was a distraction. So the thing is, you're the one that's distracted. We know how that works. But anyway, Texture for Change was the movement that I was talking about. And it was added to the Crown Act to add different textures into the schools, the beauty schools. And it was a movement committed to transforming the future of professional beauty through equitable access to textured hair education. And it was launched by L'Oreal, which is one of the companies that I do a lot of hair shows for. So I thought that was a really nice thing that L'Oreal did to add texture into the schools. So let's get into this poem, Rooted. Rooted. Look, I need to find some chapstick because when I say... Okay. I think this is the second longest poem I've written. So, whew. Whew. Okay, Rooted. Grounded in my roots, I combed out my stresses and indiscretions, layered my dreams one by one like follicles. They grow in me, with me, and through me. So daily I express my blessings loud and proud. Waving, braiding, combining three entities as my past unlocked the locks we wrought, tangled in the history that we never forgot. No detangler can untangle this web mess of lies as one nationality attempts to capitalize, creating an enterprise on another's demise. A colored checkered past, presently reminded of the past. Pressingly we press thee, pressing it bone straight constantly, trying to relate and blend into another kind, yet reminded that we are not blendable. Froed out, we showed out with these powerful roots, a direct connection to our truth. Yet we are picked off while we pick out the curls that roll about as we shout out loud, injustice after injustice, no justice, just us. Bullets shot like parts to separate us. Nooses and traps said, how could one forget a racist paper trail like following the drip of the treaties and tea parties and constitutional decrees, greased to appease the greedy and cover up this corrupt corporation bankrupt by the trolls of this nation. Yeah, they've been hunting melanin out, trying to scatter our roots about. So the cotton pick sticks to the chest hairs, embracing false ties to us, programming lies about us. So we hair tie and hair tie our heritage that they constantly try and untie as we pull tighter and tighter, embracing strand by strand as we stand. Knees pressed, attempting to oppress the spirit, but we will always feel it and we will always hear it because we operate in spirit. The tender head's tied to the third eye. It strains the brain due to insight being insane. hearing echoes of our lives matter, our lives matter, only to ring sparingly in the ears of haters and discriminators saying, all lives matter and blue lives matter. But our lives are the only lives being splattered on broken sidewalks as our sideburns meet concrete. Face first, hot, dry, dirty, and ungreased. Uneased, crying, I can't breathe. In a United States full of false hope, hypocrisy, and blue-collar conspiracy, reparted and pardoned by hate, shampooed with bullshit so the stank is real. Conditioned by what we see, not what's missing. Knowing that our existence is the only reason that they exist because we created all of this. Modern day slaving. While they try to shave us bald of it all. Brushing our origins worldwide. As they continue to hide behind white sheets and their own man-made laws. Bundling us. Outsourcing us. Implanting us. Programming us. So we inherit our heritage that they constantly try and untie as we pull tighter and tighter, embracing strand by strand as we stand. And we constantly pulling tighter and tighter. So if my hair is too big or too wild and it's blocking your view, move around. And remember that every strand represents who I am, and taming it won't happen. And when my natural form fro forms questions like, can I touch? The one thing you haven't been able to alter or adjust, I will most definitely cut you off in full rage. Rest easy rage. With a smile on my face as I say, Becky, don't even think about it. And that is rooted. Rooted, 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 rooted. And that's all I got. That's the end. And this book is on Amazon as well. Of course, I don't make no money off these books. Like, I think I try to donate like 3 books for every purchase I make. Every purchase that I receive, but I usually do that when people order the books from me. When you order them from Amazon, I make like $1 or something off the books. So, but it's about the collective. So, I say that to say that it's all about inspiring and making sure that the message gets out. And you know, if you put a smile on somebody's face, ain't that the same as getting paid? Like, it's like, it's an exchange of energy, right? So, as long as we're exchanging, we're good. You know, you happy, I'm happy. It's all good. So, how's y'all day going today? Look, I had a great, empowering morning, right, Chef Bay? Very empowering. Look, shout out to Coach TT. Thank you for joining that Nature Vibes. But I'm about to get ready for the next book study. So I'm going to cut it short so I can, I won't have to chop and cut these videos. And I'll be back for the 3 o'clock book study. Thank y'all for tuning in. Divine honors. Peace, love, and light.